All right, and welcome back to the GSMC Wrestling Laureate podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. I'm your favorite wrestling fan here, Eric Rodriguez, here to talk to you guys about the greatest thing in the world, professional wrestling, all the action inside and outside of the ring, backstage curtain calls, rumors, dramas. We talk about inactive statuses, injury updates of superstars. We talk about contract negotiations, extensions, and new signings. We talk about WWE to AEW to TNA to Ring of Honor to New Japan Professional Wrestling. If it makes major news in the world of professional wrestling, we talk about it here on this show 1,010%. Absolutely, with cunning, with the best wrestling show on earth. There's actually a lot of great wrestling shows, but definitely, I'm fortunate to be here to talk to you guys about my hot takes in terms of the world of professional wrestling. So make sure you guys Superman punch that like and subscribe button so you guys can get some cool notifications when we go live. All right, without further ado, we talked about AEW's Winter is Coming. We talked about TNA and Ring of Honor. Make sure you guys check out those videos on YouTube. We also talk about Kevin Owens. It's not even a question. He has to become the new WWE champion at Saturday night's main event. Tune into the reasons why. Make sure you check out that video on YouTube as well. And now we're going to talk about, we were just talking about one amazing Canadian professional wrestler to another. Trish Stratus reached Stardust. Okay, that was my bad. Obviously, going to fix that right there. So it just, bam, there we go. That seems right. All right, so we're going to talk about Trish Stratus returning to the world of professional wrestling. Will we see Trish back inside the squared circle or backstage in terms of WWE? It could possibly happen. Who knows? March 25th, March of 2025 will mark 25 years since Trish Stratus debuted inside the world of professional wrestling on Sunday Night Heat, while the company, Test and Albert, obviously, their tag team was called TNA. It was, it was a different time in terms of the world of professional wrestling. But, it was a decent tag team. It was very decent. Will we see the 7-time Women's World Champion make her return? According to Stratus, the possibility is still up in the air, and she said, and I quote, "I have to be able to deliver." Obviously, she feels like, she was recently on the cover of a Muscle Fitness magazine. Obviously, you could be the biggest, strongest person in the world with a great physique, but when you step inside the squared circle, you better know your stuff. I like how she's kind of giving credit to wrestling here with this statement that, like I said, just because, you play the part, just because you can bench press 350 or whatever, doesn't necessarily mean that you can hang with WWE wrestlers or professional wrestlers for that matter. So, basically stating that she has, she probably has to endure some more training. Obviously, she doesn't want her coming back to the WWE or professional wrestling to seem like it's just like a retirement tour. When she comes back, she wants to make sure that she fights like all the others. No miscues, no botched moves. She ultimately wants to feel like she can hang with the best that WWE or professional wrestling has to offer today. So that's good for that's good for Trish. And there's no doubt in my mind that she could definitely be there and come back to professional wrestling, and everybody would just kind of have opening arms because she's one of the best to do it. WWE Hall of Famer here. She told the Takedown on Sports Illustrated that she's looking for something challenging and different for the fans. She said it has to mean something. So, like I said, when WWE superstars or Hall of Famers come back, they do this thing where they latch on to a younger superstar, and the younger superstar is so thrilled that a WWE legend, or a wrestling legend for that matter, comes and puts them under their wing, and then kind of what you saw with with Becky Lynch, kind of that storyline. That's actually a great example of what Trish probably was stating when she said, "I don't want to see this done, once, I don't want to see it done again." Like, where she was with Becky Lynch and it was cool, and then she was with Zoe Stark, which was a great spot for Zoe Stark. I thought this was going to ultimately propel her career into superstardom, obviously, with the Pure Fusion Collective. Doesn't really seem like it's going to be jumping off anytime soon. But right now, Trish Stratus, she said she wants it to mean something. She said she wants it to mean something. What does that mean? What does that mean? So can we possibly see her in a lot of shocking developments and a lot of shocking storylines, which would be pretty cool, because she's still very much like, she's not the youngest, but she could definitely still kick some ass inside the squared circle and kind of still dictate the match inside the ring. You saw that with her match with Becky. There's a couple times where you're kind of like, oh, okay, who's been in the squared circle longest? Like, you can kind of see how her tenure in WWE is really kind of reflected on on Trish. Kind of like that saying, like, once when you never once when you ride a bike, you never forget. So Trish Stratus would be amazing. She's also kind of brought up Mercedes Moné. Will we see Trish Stratus make her way into AEW for a couple of matches, for a couple of spots? This could be great for Trish. This would be great for her wrestling career. It'd be great. It'd be amazing. It'd be astronomical if Tony Khan could make this happen. Even in Mercedes Moné, she named her top 5 fantasy opponents. Trish Stratus was one of them. So that gotta do some wrestling justice here and make that happen. If AEW found a way to kind of have Trish Stratus make an appearance just for one match, you offer her, well, let's just say, like, I don't know how much a wrestling appearance costs. I know, like, The Undertaker, every single WrestleMania match, I think he gets paid like around like $5 million or something like that. I think I read. Don't quote me on that. But like, imagine if Tony Khan's like, "Hey, Trish, one night's work." No, not one night's. Maybe like a week. No, maybe like a month. A month's work. Where you're featured solamente on Dynamite, and you start building up this momentum to feud with Mercedes Moné, because it seems like the women's division AEW kind of really needs it. And I'm not saying that Raw and SmackDown don't need it as well, but AEW, if this happens for AEW, this would be big. And they offer Trish Stratus just $1 million contract for a month's work. That would be some money that you would not be able to refuse. Even if you might get, it's a huge no-no that WWE legends find their way on AEW, but it's happened. It's happened. Think of think of Paul White. Even Ric Flair, and then Ric Flair comes to WWE. Like, it's it's natural. It happens. It's the world of professional wrestling. This is the world we live in with this new age in digital media. Basically, anybody could be famous. Literally, anybody could post their stuff on YouTube. Anybody could be on Instagram or be TikTok famous, and find a way to kind of monetize your content. And I feel like this would be a great spot right now. WWE, kind of sees Trish Stratus on there. They're like, oh, okay, I don't see why you would get so upset. But Trish Stratus coming to AEW to fight Mercedes Moné would definitely be an absolute bombshell. It'd be pretty cool. It'd be pretty cool. Like I said, September 2023, she challenged and fueled Becky Lynch's kind of She helped Becky. She definitely helped Becky kind of reach that point in superstardom where she is kind of the top girl, because of it. But Trish Stratus, one of the best to ever do it, challenging Becky Lynch was, I knew this was going to be a great way for Becky to kind of, be like she could be a future Hall of Famer, and she will. Trish Stratus believes that she'll be making some sort of WWE appearance in the year of 2025. She said, and I quote, I'm going to examine the landscape, seeing what works best for everyone. So, once again, Trish kind of, explaining why when she comes to WWE, she just doesn't want to be some weird, sporadic, cool, shocking entrance. I think she's going to be part of the Women's Royal Rumble. Definitely, for sure, she's going to be in it. Maybe she wins it. I'm just kidding. No, that'd be interesting. But she, she's definitely one of the 7-time World Women's Champion, and obviously didn't have a Women's Royal Rumble back then. So it would be crazy to see her come back. Maybe a full run. That'd be kind of cool. And right, like I said, right now, Raw and SmackDown, you don't really have those women that are like, oh god, like even with Nia Jax at the helm, holding the WWE Women's World Championship, you're kind of like, you know what? I still kind of see some flaws in this storyline, but like I said, it kind of sucks. But but I would love to see Trish Stratus kind of make a championship run. That'd be pretty badass. Like I said, she's going to examine the landscape, see what's best for everyone in the booking. She's not going to come in and take opportunities away from younger superstars. That's probably the only thing that's going to kind of be a catalyst in terms of her next WWE spot. She also pointed in an interview how she wanted to fight the women's champion Nia Jax. She said she explained her desire to be a rag doll before she retires. Nia Jax, she said, I'm so happy she came back. She's great. She's great. And she, like I said, she addressed the possibility of her facing Mercedes Moné, one of Moné's dream matches, and it would do wonders for WWE. Obviously, the ball is in Trish's court. Whatever she decides to do, wrestling fans will follow, and she would make absolute. If she wants to do something memorable, coming back to professional wrestling, definitely, be in talks with Tony Khan there. That would be, pretty badass. All right, guys, so hey, do not go anywhere. We get our fifth and final segment. We're going to try to wrap this up pretty quickly. Here we got today in wrestling history on the date of December 13th. So grab your favorite snack, grab your favorite ice cold beverage, and join me here in about 30 seconds. So hey, do not go anywhere.